Hey folks, here we are once again. This is John Oakes with Hankster's Hot Rods, and we've got another addition to our inventory today. This one being a 1986 Chevy Blazer. So just to kind of give you the roundabout of the vehicle itself here, it is obviously burgundy exterior, 86 Blazer. Obviously has a slight lift to it. It has a non-numbers match 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet motor, 700 R4 automatic transmission, and the rear differential in the vehicle is a 10-bolt rear 373 gear. It is four-wheel drive, obviously, with the locking hubs up front. And then as far as the suspension itself goes, that's going to be all leaf spring suspension front and rear, with the Rancho RS 5000 shocks and steering stabilizer for the front of it. It's power steering and power brakes as well. So that's kind of just your general rundown of the vehicle. So now we'll start with our walk around. Trying to point out to you, everything here that we're seeing, and we'll go inside the vehicle, in the back of it, underneath the hood also, before we're all done here. And then finally, we'll get it up on the lift for you to see the complete underside before we fire that motor up for you. So again, 86 Blazer, obviously you see that burgundy exterior. It does have, obviously, as you can see here, a two-tone stripe down the side of the vehicle here. It's got the black and the silver striping here, right down the body line here. Again, nice looking, good little split there for the vehicle itself. As far as the wheels and tires go on this vehicle, it does have these steely wheels. They kind of resemble the your GM Rally wheels per se. These are 15-inch, and again, you do see the fact that it does have the beauty rings, as well as it has the center caps, at least on the backs here. Again, you're not going to be able to utilize those up front for the simple fact it is four-wheel drive with the locking hubs. And then for the tires on this vehicle, they've gone ahead and done a really nice tire here, a good performing tire really when it comes to both road and off-roading in this vehicle if you do any of that with it. You've got the BFGoodrich, the all-terrain TAKO2 tires here, and the size on those are 33, 10.5, 15s on all four corners, obviously. And again, these are in excellent condition. The tread is phenomenal on these tires here. So that's your wheel and tire combination. As far as the body panels and fitment go on this vehicle here, all very nice fitment. You can see your gaps here on the front side of your door as well as on the back side of the gear. Very, very uniform front to back. Your elevations here as far as the front fender and rear quarters go on this vehicle, everything falls right in line there. All your body lines all match up, all just very nice panel fitment. Of course, this vehicle does in fact have both mirrors, your driver's side and passenger side mirrors. These are done in the bright here or the chrome finish here. The glass in the mirrors is in great shape too. And as far as the glass in the doors, your vent window here and your actual door glass, all of which are in great shape. No chips or cracks anywhere in that. All of your moldings and so forth, those are all in good shape. You do in fact have that rain gutter molding too. It is painted body color and all looks to be very good. As far as your door handles go, those are in great condition too. And then if you look down below, this vehicle has been outfitted with a set of Aries tube style Nerfs or step tubes here. That's going to help get you up into that vehicle, especially if you're a shorter person, kind of like myself. You need that little bit of assistance to get yourself in here. Now let's go ahead and open our door up. Take a look at our interior here. First and foremost, you've got the kind of the burgundy color cloth seats there, which are in good shape. There's no rips or tears anywhere in the upholstery. The carpeting that you see in here is all new carpeting, so it's in great condition here. Looks really nice in there. You've got the factory dash in there with factory instrumentation, the factory heat and AC controls. Right below that, you do in fact to have an aftermarket AM, FM CD player. I believe it is a Kenwood unit. You've got the floor shifter there for the 4-wheel drive / 2-wheel drive selector. And then of course with the automatic, the 700 R4 transmission, you've got the column shift there up on your steering column. That is a tilt wheel, so you'll be able to adjust that and get it good and comfortable for you. Full size center console there. It is a locking console with the cup holders in it. It does have one aftermarket gauge on it, and that's the oil pressure gauge. It's an auto gauge. As far as the door panels go on this vehicle too, door panels are in great shape. Your pull handle here, that's in great condition. The armrest pads are not showing any cracks or anything there that you would normally see just from general wear and tear. Just all in all, just overall great shape. And again, these are power windows and power door locks on this vehicle. So that's pretty much the interior here from the driver's side. We'll go over the rest of it here as we get to it. Now again, the top on this vehicle, painted body color. This is a removable top. Obviously, as you can see, it's got the tinted glass in it, and this is a sliding window. So you can slide this open, and then it's got kind of like that vent window or wing window here that you can rotate that in or out to get your air inside there for some ventilation. Again, the quarters on this truck here, this Blazer, are in great shape, nice and straight all the way back. And again, we've already been over the wheels and tires on this vehicle. All of that's in great shape. You can see here down right underneath our quarters here, just the finish of the exhaust system on this car. You've got the chrome /cut exhaust tips here, one on each side, exiting out right underneath that rear quarter. As we come around to the back, taillight lenses, those are in good shape. There's no chips or cracks anywhere on those. Again, you see that striping that continues all the way around on the vehicle, the tinted rear glass as well. And then if you look below, we've got that chrome rear bumper. Now the bumpers, they're probably along the lines of the original bumpers here, and they do show a little bit of pitting and maybe some cracking and so forth in the chrome. But all in all, as you can see, it all looks pretty well here on this vehicle. Of course, you see that hitch receiver down below here. You've got all your weights and so forth here right on that. They're stamped into it there. So if you're planning on doing any kind of hauling with it, you can just go right by this to make sure you're going to be good and safe. And the fact that this hitch receiver is going to be adequate enough for you to tow whatever it is you want to tow. Now this is a power window here. Again, it's going to utilize the key back here to lower that. So let's go ahead and do that because you have to lower the window in order to get the tailgate open. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see, the key operates the window. Okay, there we go. Takes it all the way down. We'll take the key out, and then I just need to find, there it is, the actual handle. There we go. So if we bring this down, okay, the first thing you see, it is tethered. So you got your tether cords here. It's not going to allow that tailgate to drop any further than what it should. Inside here, again, you've got that all new carpeting in here, which is in great shape. The rear bench seat for this vehicle, it is a fold-up rear bench seat, so if you need extra room back there, you can put the top down and rotate it forward also for some extra room. It does have the spare. As you can see, we've got a set of floor mats in here as well that do in fact come with the vehicle. As far as the stereo goes, we've already mentioned the head unit that's in it. It does have a set of 6x9 rear speakers in it as well. So that's pretty much the back end or the cargo area of the vehicle. The tailgate itself is in great shape. The tailgate itself really doesn't show too much wear and tear on it. It's pretty straight here. Again, painted the same color as the rest of the vehicle here. So everything all matches up very well and everything looks good. So we'll go ahead and we'll close this up. There you go. And like I said, with the window, I'm not sure if the key actually will roll the window up, but there is a button inside that does in fact work the window as well. And that is all functional there. As we come around the other side of the vehicle, same thing I do with most of our vehicles here. I always look down the side to make sure everything's good and straight. And this vehicle, again, like I said on the other side, the panels are super straight all the way down the side of the vehicle. So again, metal work, all the panel fitment and alignment, all looks very, very nice on this vehicle. Same thing here with our taillight lenses as what we had on the other side. There's no chips or cracks on those taillight lenses, all good and solid here. Again, you've got those tinted sliding windows here, the body stripe that goes the whole way down the side of the vehicle, your gas filler door here. This is where your gas tank is. That's where your fill neck is. So again, the hinge and everything, all good and solid right here. And again, that is in fact where you will fill the thing. I know a lot of times they'll maybe throw in an aftermarket tank or something like that, or move it per se. This is going to be in the stock location, stock fuel tank, stock fill neck, so no issues there whatsoever. We'll come up here to the door next. Again, all of your gaps here, front and back, the elevations all good here on this vehicle, all body lines all matching up. Door handles are in great shape. Again, the same thing with the mirrors, those are in great condition too. And as I mentioned on the other side, those Aries, the tube style step tubes or Nerfs for this vehicle, very handy to help get yourself in. We'll open our door up. Again, take a look at the interior now from this side. Again, those bucket seats up front. All the seat belts are present, front and rear on this vehicle. It does in fact have the dash cover up on top, but again, you can see that that dash is in really good shape there. All the way across, like I said, just looks really nice. And again, you see the door panel now on the passenger side as well. Again, same thing here. No signs of wear and tear, even on the armrest pads. The pull straps here are in great shape. The power windows, power door locks there. You've got your little storage pouch here too, which is in good shape. The seals and the weather stripping too, all in really nice shape. As you can see, they are all complete. There's no rips or tears anywhere. All securely fastened to the vehicle. They're not hanging down or anything like that. So yeah, everything's all in place and all looks very good on the vehicle. So we'll close this door up. And we'll make our way around now to the front of the vehicle. Again, there's really nothing special to go over here. All your lenses, your reflectors, side marker lights, all of that stuff is in really good shape. As we come to the front of the vehicle here, of course, you see the grille here, all intact, all, you know, solid. There's no breaks or cracks anywhere within this grille here. You see the bow tie hood emblem here up on top to match the bow tie emblem here in the center of the grille. Your headlights, your highs and low beams, just your traditional sealed beam glass lens bulbs here. Again, there's no chips or cracks in any of your headlights there. And the front bumper is in actual really good shape here. It doesn't have as much pitting as what that back one does, just very, very, very little on that. And then of course it's got those front bumperettes too, that, you know, just give it a good look here up front. As we get to the hood, all steel hood here. You can see the fitment of this hood is great. The gaps all the way around, all very uniform, all look very good as far as that panel fitment and alignment goes. Your windshield in great shape. There's no chips or cracks in the windshield. All of your molding all done in the black there. That's all in good shape and all attached good and secure. And again, it's got a nice set of wiper arms and a good set of blades on the vehicle as well. Now this vehicle has the hood latch on the inside. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull that latch. You'll see it working here in just a second. And then once again, because I'm a short guy here, we're going to go ahead and utilize a little platform here so that I can get up and kind of go over the engine and those components and so forth with you. So let me pull that hood latch. That way you get to see that working. Okay, and then as I said, we'll just take a moment to get the platform, and then we'll be right back so we can go over that motor with you. All right, so here we are. I'm up on our platform so that I can actually see now down inside the engine compartment, and we'll go over what we're looking at here. So first and foremost, the underside of the hood. As you can see here, it's got all the hood insulation. It is all properly hung up here with all the correct fasteners. Not really anything hanging down. Probably the original, you know, the hood insulation for the vehicle. All in all, not in bad shape though. A lot of times you see these things, they get all tore up and you get pieces hanging down. This one seems to be all intact and looks very, very well underneath here. Now, as far as the engine compartment goes, as you can see here, all done in the like the satin black color here. All looks very good. That's exactly how it should look underneath here. Now, as far as the motor goes, as I mentioned earlier in our video here, this is a non-original, non-numbers match motor. It is in fact a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet motor. Now it looks to be along the lines of a newer 350. It does have the Vortec style heads and valve covers on it. So that's a little bit of useful information there. Air cleaner, we'll start at the top here. We've got the satin black Edelbrock air cleaner lid and bottom. Right underneath that air filter there, you're going to find an Edelbrock 1406 600 CFM carburetor, and it does have the electric choke. And then that, of course, is sitting atop of an Edelbrock aluminum intake. So that's going to be your fuel and your air delivery right there, all good components. As far as the ignition goes, well, you can see from some of the decals that we're seeing underneath here, it does in fact have primarily the all Mallory name brand ignition components. It's got the Mallory Distributor, the Mallory Promaster Coil there. So all Mallory stuff, with the exception of the plug wires. The plug wires themselves are a set of Excel Superstock 8mm plug wires. All in all, still a good name brand plug wire there, and a thicker one, so that's going to help deliver that spark to the motor there a lot more efficiently. As far as cooling on this motor, we've got the Luxerad aluminum radiator. It does, in fact, as you can see here, has the shroud here all complete. It's not broke. There's no pieces missing out of it. All complete with the steel 5-blade mechanical fan that's on here. So that's what's going to keep this nice and cool, at least the motor anyways. As far as the interior of the vehicle, keeping it nice and cool, we've got factory AC here on this vehicle, all complete, all lines all hooked up, all belts here. This is functional and does work. So again, no issues there. Power brakes, as you can see here, it is disc brake on the front, drums on the rear, and then it is complete with the emergency brake all hooked up and functional, and it is a power steering unit as well. And as I mentioned, along with those Rancho RS 5000 shocks, it does in fact have the Rancho steering dampener on it too. With it being a four-wheel drive vehicle and it's kind of lifted there, that steering dampener is a much welcomed item there. It just kind of keeps that front end nice and tight and keeps it from wandering around on the road. As far as the exhaust on this vehicle, stock exhaust manifolds, a 2¼ inch exhaust all the way back through with a set of Flowmaster style mufflers there. And again, we already saw those chrome /cut exhaust tips for the exhaust. Trying to think of anything else here I can go over as far as this goes. I mean, the belts are all in great condition here. All of your hoses all look to be in really good shape here. No leaks or drips from the radiator that we see from up top. We'll obviously check all that stuff out from underneath as well. It does also have the factory, like the bottle jack here too. It is mounted underneath the hood where it should be, where it came from the factory, and you even have the decal there with the jack instructions and so forth there too. That's pretty much it for the motor. As I mentioned earlier, it does have the 700 R4 automatic transmission, all good and solid there. The transfer case nice and leak free there, and again the 373 10-bolt rear differential on the vehicle as well. So that's pretty much our walk around here for the vehicle. So at this point, we'll go ahead and take a moment to close all of this up, and then of course, like I said, we're going to get it on our lift and go through the complete underside with you here, show you exactly what the underside is all like on this vehicle. All right, folks, here we are with our 86 Chevy Blazer here up on the lift so we can go through the complete underside with you. Just like all of our other vehicles, we're just kind of doing this more so from a condition standpoint. But again, as we do with our walk around videos, it's to point out also what all that we're seeing underneath here as far as components and so forth go, and let you know exactly what kind of equipment this vehicle has. So starting here at the front, of course, our Blazer, it's got that can't remember the exact name of it, but it is an aluminum radiator here. That's going to help cool this motor here, this 350 cubic inch small block Chevy engine here, with the steel mechanical fan blade on there too. All of that all looks good from underneath here. It does in fact have the shroud on there, as we mentioned from our walk around video when we went underneath the hood, but the underside of this all looks good. There's no splits or cracks even in that radiator shroud there, so that's going to help keep everything nice and cool. Coming back just a little bit further here, we'll start to talk about the suspension on the vehicle. Part of that is going to be this big 1.25 inch front sway bar here. Our sway bar, the bushings here at the frame, as well as back here at our sway bar end links, those are all in good condition here. And again, with having a big heavy duty sway bar like that, that's going to help tie these corners together on the front and help this vehicle corner. Again, with a lifted vehicle, they're always going to be, have that little bit of, uneasy feeling with them, but this is definitely going to help the vehicle here and give it a nice stable ride here whenever you're out driving around in it. Along with that front sway bar, as far as the rest of the suspension, it does in fact have the leaf spring suspension, all four corners, front and rear here, along with the Rancho RS 5000 shocks. In combination with those Rancho shocks, you also have the steering stabilizer shock here, or steering dampener, and that's going to help that front end too. I know a lot of times you'll get these lifted four-wheel drive vehicles. Sometimes you'll get that little bit of a wobble in them. This is going to help to control that here. So again, all of that's going to make this very nice up front. As far as our front differential goes, well, again, this is a four-wheel drive unit, so you're going to have that front differential here. It is nice and dry all the way around the diff cover here. Drive shaft for the front here, all the universals have been checked over. Everything all looks good. Even your pinion and so forth here on the front differential, all nice and dry all the way around that. And again, that drive shaft is in good shape too. It is a power steering vehicle, so everything's been checked over as far as that goes. All of your tie rods and all that stuff, those have all been checked over and all in good shape. Out here at your knuckles here, the ball joints and so forth, all been checked over. Those are all in good condition too. Power brakes also on this vehicle. We've got disc brakes here on the front, along with the drum brakes out back, and it is all complete with the emergency brake all hooked up and functional. And then as far as the wheels and tire combination on this vehicle, 15-inch wheels. These are the Steely wheels, kind of like the factory wheels for the vehicle, complete with those beauty rings and center caps as you saw from our walk around video. And then a nice set of BFGoodrich all-terrain TA KO2 tires here. The size on these is 33 10.5 R15s. And again, that's all four corners, obviously, and the tread is in great condition on this vehicle. Looking up above directly here at our engine, this is again that 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet motor, not the original motor for the vehicle, but I'm looking at the oil pan here on this vehicle. I want to make sure that there's no leaks or drips, and it is nice and dry. So all the way around where your gaskets would be, that is dry. At your oil drain plug, that is dry, and also feeling up behind where if you had any signs of like a rear main seal or anything, that is nice and dry also. For the transmission, we've got that 700 R4 automatic transmission with the overdrive. It does in fact have the cover on the front for that flywheel and torque converter. Your pan for your transmission is all dry here as well. No leaks or drips anywhere on that. Same thing with your transmission lines coming back here. Those are all dry, all the way from the radiator coming back here to your transmission. Again, your transfer case back here, all of which that all looks nice and dry everywhere. It's got the skid plate on it here to help protect that as well. If you, in case you were going maybe off-road with it, you don't want to get that hit on anything, so that's what that's designed to do, help protect that. Of course, you've got your transmission cross member here and the mount, all of which are in great condition here on this vehicle. Frame and floors on the vehicle here, nice all the way around here. Good square, nice and straight on the frame rails underneath here. Your floors, no patching that I can see underneath here. Floors look in really good shape on this Blazer here. And again, all your fuel lines, your brake lines and such, those are run nice and neatly right in the frame rail channel here, all the way back the vehicle until it gets back to those rear brakes or the fuel tank back there, whether it's fuel lines or brake lines. So again, all of that's in great shape. Before we get too far and we forget about the exhaust system here, it does have just the stock manifolds as far as the beginnings of the exhaust goes, right off of that motor, but it's got the 2¼ inch full exhaust all the way back here, all hung nice and secure all the way through the vehicle here. A nice set of Flowmaster mufflers here to give it a nice tone. And then of course it does have the tailpipes there that exit out right underneath the rear lower quarter panels with a nice set of 3-inch chrome tips. We'll see those as we get a little closer to the back of the vehicle. Now, as far as the rear end of the vehicle goes, rear differential, suspension and so forth, as I mentioned, the suspension, it's all that leaf spring suspension back here, again with those Rancho RS 5000 shocks. The rear differential, this is going to be a GM 10-bolt rear, 373 gear, I believe is what's in here. It's an 8.5-inch ring gear here. The differential cover here, all nice and dry all the way around. The pinion snout, that is all nice and dry too. Drive shaft, again steel shaft, balanced to eliminate driveline vibrations, and all the universals and so forth have all been checked out and all in good shape. As I mentioned earlier, the drum brakes on the rear of the vehicle, complete with the emergency brake, all hooked up. Again, those same 15-inch wheels back here and those same BFGoodrich all-terrain TA KO2 tires. Again, those sizes were 33 10.5 R15s on those, and again you can see the tread is in excellent shape here. Now coming back here, again those tailpipes with those 3-inch exhaust tips back here exiting out right underneath those rear quarters. The fuel tank in great shape here. It has the kind of the cover here or the plate underneath it to protect it from getting banged on anything here as far as the bottom of the tank goes. So that's all in good shape. As you can see, doesn't look like it's ever been used to protect anything. There's no dents or dings anywhere in it. The fuel tank itself is in good shape. No leaks anywhere around the tank or at the fuel lines coming back to the tank. So that's all good. And then of course, we do have the Hitch receiver back here as well. I'm not sure of a name brand on this, but by the looks of things, it's either like a class 3 or class 4 Hitch receiver. So if you got any kind of hauling or towing that you need to do with this, the Hitch is back here so that you can go ahead and utilize that. So with that said, that's pretty much everything for underneath our 86 Blazer. What we'll do next is get underneath the hood of this thing, fire it up, and that way you get to hear exactly what that 350 motor along with this exhaust system all sound like. With that said, as I've been doing in the last several videos that we've been doing here, I want to mention to all you folks out there looking at our cars that we are also an ATC trailer dealer. We've got multiple models here on the premises in stock, ready to be sold. Again, all of you car guys out there, if you're interested in a trailer, I ask that you go to our site, check us out, and if it's something that you're looking into there, give us a call. We'll definitely work with you guys that are, you know, here on the cars first and foremost. We'll work with you on the trailer deal as well. You can always view our trailer inventory just by simply going to our car site, clicking on the inventory tab and choosing trailers on that drop down, or you can go directly to our trailer website. It's hankstershaulers.com, and you'll see all of our inventory, photos, description, all the options, pricing, and everything there. But again, if you have any questions, always reach out to us there, and we'll be glad to get you whatever information it is that you need on those. With that said, we'll now go ahead and lower this on the lift and go underneath the hood so that we can start that motor up for you.